Off it again, and hello, it's Vo. Welcome to Project Zomboid. Gonna go through the options before we get into a game. I'm gonna have the aim outline on for all weapons. I have all the zoom levels enabled. Gonna go into the custom sandbox. We're basically gonna do Apocalypse in Riverside, but we're going to balance it in a certain way. We're going to have 6-hour days so we can get more done, and then we're going to have one episode a day. We're going to get started at 7 a.m. on the 7th, right at the start of the apocalypse. So when it comes to the vehicles, I hate that the vehicles are all wrecked, as though everyone tried to escape in their vehicles as they were turning. So we're going to set everything to normal with the vehicles. We're basically going to turn respawn off. So once we've dispatched a zombie, they won't come back, or they won't be replaced by another one. Be a fair fight. Gonna choose unemployed so we can do as we want with our points. We want athletic and strong, so we have the best chance of fighting off the zombies and staying alive. We want fast learner, so we can get our skills up a little bit faster. We need to take negative traits to balance this out. So we're going to take underweight, because we can eat our way out of that. We're going to take smoker. There's going to be plenty of cigarettes kicking about in the world, so that's going to be fine for us to take. We still need to balance things out until we've got 0 points. So we still need to take a couple of negatives. Take weak stomach. Just be careful about what we eat. Take short-sighted, so we can just pick up glasses to sort that out. I'm going to take slow reader, because it doesn't matter, we can speed up time when we're reading. And we take Sunday driver, that gets us to 0. That's going to be our build. Next is on to our character. The only fun you can have in the game is by giving your character a funny name and a funny look. So we're going to slightly change his name. I do like alliteration. So we're going to have Ramos Ravioli. It's going to be our character. He's going to be the Riverside Raider. We're going to clear out all of Riverside and the sort of extended Riverside area. Try and stay alive, most of all, for 100 days. Set up an awesome base. Yeah, mainly go through the whole of Riverside. Clear out all of the zombies. So we're ready to spawn. We're rolling the dice on where we spawn. Spawning in the trailer park is a 0. And 1 if we're rolling the dice. We do not want to be here. You can't really set up a base if you start in the trailer park. You can't really stay where you are. None of the windows ever have curtains. You're lucky if you can find a sheet in one of the cupboards, usually under the sinks in the bathroom. Can use them as curtains. You usually won't find enough, even in all the trailers, to fully curtain up one trailer. Stop the nosy neighbours peeking in. So we've leveled up in cooking. It's our first level up. We're gaining cooking knowledge from the TV. One of the best things to do in the first week is to stay near a TV Once we get a hold of a watch, we can follow the schedule to watch TV programs. But it's free XP for skills. So you would think the first thing to do is to grab a weapon to fight off the zombies. But no, the first thing to do is turn on the TV, turn it to Life and Living, watch TV program, get some cooking knowledge. So here we go. First cupboard with something useful in it. We do have a sheet. A single sheet is definitely not going to keep all the prying eyes out of our trailer here. Got a skill magazine to read. So we go outside, it's foggy, which is awful. We find our first zombie. We don't have any weapons, so we're just going to push him over. Then we're going to give him the old stomp. There we go, first one down. So yeah, that's the first one in full. We'll raid, see what they have. Can rip up their clothing. Their little rags. And we can use them as makeshift bandages if we need to. We're going to break into our neighbor's trailer, see what they've got. So when you're new, you just want to pick up everything. We're still kind of like that. You've got to be mindful that you've only got a limited space. And overloading your character will make them slow. And they can't fight any zombies, which is no good. There's long-term food in cans and packaged foods that doesn't have a condition like fresh or stale. You don't need to worry about that for months and months, probably even the whole playthrough. There's enough fresh food for you to keep going. We found a scarf, which is OP, because that can protect our neck. That's the zombies' favourite place to bite you. They'll have to sneak up behind you. So whenever you dispatch some zombies, do the old 360. Now we've got a digital watch, and that'll help us with the temperature and the date. Help us keep track of things over time. So we can count our 100 days that we're aiming for. Meat cleaver, great weapon. Military boots, good for stomping. The fog is getting worse and worse. Starting in the trailer park is bad luck. And then starting on a foggy day is also pretty bad luck. Not ideal circumstances for the apocalypse, which already is not quite ideal. The car has the key, but it's not in great condition, and it has no gas. We're never going to go to March Ridge, but if we did, we've got a little annotated map that would tell us where to go to find a stash of guns. So yeah, you can see I'm picking up some things and not others. When you first start the game, you don't know what's good and what's not, what you're going to need, what you're not going to need. Most things you can come back for, don't worry. If you're going to survive long enough to need these things, you can come back for them. Just need to vaguely remember where you once saw them. Maps, if you read them once, the information is added to your global map. I'll show you the whole of the entire area. The map for this game is absolutely massive. Yeah, this car is, again, ready to go if it had any gas. There is a gas station that's not very far from here, really, but hard to navigate through the fog. I'm just going to take what we need. Try not to get jumped. Again, you've got to do lots of 360s. Don't get excited about taking things from zombies, so you sort of make sure everything's clear around you. Also got to be zoomed in. You can zoom out pretty far, but when it comes to battling the undead, you want to be zoomed into about this level to make sure that you're aiming directly at the zombie. Because if you mess up where you're aiming, just by a little bit, it's quite easy to get bitten. And if you get bitten, it's all over. Your run is finished. You may as well just start again. Reroll. Hope you don't start in the trailer park, you know. So yeah, you got to be super cautious. Take your time. We're getting anxious already. That's the smoker crate kicking in. Probably pretty anxious with all the zombies, you know, everyone turning around you, questioning why you're the only one unaffected. Yeah, you don't have time to think about these sort of things. We're dismantling the watches now that we've got a digital watch of our own. When the zombies have a spare one, we can dismantle them for electronics XP. Jumped over a fence to escape the zombies because it was getting too much for me. I dropped my bag of goodies. Because when you jump over a fence, if you're holding something in your secondary slot, you drop it. And try to give them the old run around and sneak through the forest. Try and confuse and hide some of them. But they have better vision than we do. Find some glasses to wear. Doesn't help us at all, really. You'd think it would. There's a little farm up here that I think I can maybe give them the run around. One of the zombies has a gun. It's not much help. It would be a weapon. This griddle panel is not going to last us forever. Yep, there it goes. Yeah, you can use the fence line to your benefit, but there's just heaps and heaps and heaps of zombies. And you've got to know when to, not take them on. Especially when you have no weapons, everything's broken, you know. Yeah, you may as well throw the broken weapons away. We're not in a position to fix anything up. You should only be fixing really good weapons anyway. We did manage to find some cigarettes, and a way to light them. So that's something. That makes him feel a bit better. He's moister than an oyster from the mist. Probably the effort of scooting away. Yeah, we've still got time to disassemble some watches. You want a vehicle. You can't run them over. It's not good for the vehicle. Add some dramatic tension to the race by trying to drag the key down to the slot rather than dragging it into the inventory. Yeah, we get this van. Decide I'm going to drive and try and find the other entrance. There's a sort of secondary entrance to the trailer park. Give them the long way run around. I think I've driven past it. I have to come back the way I came. We dispatch a couple of zombies here. It doesn't count when you run them over to your zombie count, so we've got to add 3. If you set them on fire or run them over, it doesn't count as a kill for you, you know. Yeah, I do a bit of a run around, very narrowly miss getting chomped by that zombie. I've just sort of stirred them all up, basically. Tried to give them the run around and lose most of them. I just made them angry, you know. Yeah, don't want the undead breaking all the windows. You can't really stay in one of these trailers. It's not great. All the windows and everything end up getting destroyed. Got to make a hasty exit out of this window. Take some time to get through the doors at least. That's one way to get rid of some of them. We've got the sheep from our original house. Our OG trailer. Big plans. Like, maybe we can stay here for 1 or 2 nights. Like, immediately. No, we have friends. We've got visitors. Welcome them in. Like, One shoe, oh no, 3 of them, that's not good. Got to uncrouch. Being crouched is not good when you're trying to make a getaway because you move far slower than when you're standing. So crouch when you're hiding, but when you need to make a move, stand up again. Crouching and moving around will raise the sneaking skill and the light-footed skill. So level up sneaking. Some more cigarettes. That's a scoop. You can hear more friends trying to escape out the windows to come and get us. Yeah, some things make decent weapons and some things do not. We're going to disassemble all of the electronics that you can find. Get that electrical skill up. There's this leveling up light-footed, getting the matching skill. Sneaking and light-footed don't seem to go up at the exact same time. So sometimes there is a little bit of a difference. And leveling them up. Got a CD that you can listen to. Relieve your stress. Gonna take a bit of a break in this house. Read Carpentry Volume 1 until the Carpentry show comes on at 12. We know the Carpentry comes on, so we're gonna set the TV to Life and Living and tune in. And read the book. That'll get us a little bit of an XP boost. So when we watch the program, we can get more knowledge. We can cram more into our little noggin. We've got enough bits to keep us going, food-wise. Got our empty bottle filled up with water. We'll just automatically drink from that to take care of our thirst. We'll listen to the buff carpentry dude tell us how to make things. That's it, we've got our first level in carpentry. That's one of the most important ones. Most of the stuff that you craft and build, you're doing with carpentry skill. We dismantle all the electronics that we've picked up without dismantling. It generates a lot of bits and bobs that we don't essentially need. You can make little devices that can distract the zombies with sound and things. I've never used one tactically. Usually just try to peel off 1 or 2 from a big group rather than having more dramatic tactics. Frying pan. Yeah, I've got to clear them all out eventually. But in the early days, yeah, it's very daunting. You've got no weaponry. It's much easier when you got a crowbar or a machete or a baseball bat with nails in it. Remaining calm is the most important thing. Panicking will get you killed. Pretty much everything will get you killed. I think I've died in every single way you can. I hadn't encountered fire until recently. It was tragic. But yeah, I think I've had them all now. You learn from the experience of dying over and over again. Makes you just slightly more cautious every time, you know. You avoid silly mistakes. got to try and get them into a conga line and keep backing up as you're hitting them. Or get them to dive through things or over things, like through windows or over fences. That'll leave them vulnerable for a second. You can sort of one-shot them, because they count as downed, as they're sort of crawling over things or through things. But yeah, tactics. Knowing when there's too many. Can take on a conga line of 6 to 8 if you're at full strength. You're not a way to suddenly become tired or hungry or overburdened because you've picked up everything like we are now. Yeah, you don't really want to fight when you're overburdened. Overburdened and we're sweating. We've broke our weapon. Yeah, this is not great. It's a time to retreat. Still got our screwdriver because we're dismantling electronics. But you don't really want to use that as a weapon. You take about 20 stabs with a screwdriver to take out a zombie. And it might just break on you. Then you can't do anything at all. Got a couple of kitchen knives. That's like 15 stabs or 10 stabs. But hey, we'll get there. A kitchen towel to dry ourselves. We don't want to get ill. Yeah, if you get too wet for too long, stay in wet clothes, you'll get a cold. And you'll start sneezing and coughing. And then all the zombies will hear you. If the illness doesn't get you, the noises you make will. In the early game, especially if you're underweight, it's easy to just scoff everything you see. You're going to be visiting lots of properties and stealing all their food. So yeah, just munch as much as you can. Lose that underweight trait pretty quickly. Nom nom nom. Yeah, we can come back for most of it. Just eat all the fresh food. Vitamins. It's like caffeine pills that'll keep us going. Like the old Pro Plus. Got another skill magazine. That'll teach us recipes and things. Big TVs. We want to take a TV with us to our forever home. Whenever I start in the trailer park or in a house that's nearby to the location, I always go to the same place to base up. We're going to try and fill up this van full of all the stuff. As much stuff as we can from the trailer park, basically. Dispatch as many of these Zeds before we get tired. Constantly backing up as we go. If you turn around and try and run away, you'll probably get bitten. Because the second you turn around, you're vulnerable and they go for the back of your neck. Our trusty scarf that we've got can only keep us going so long. It does mean that we're overheated. Got another weapon broken. You've got a maintenance level. The more that your weapons don't break, your maintenance XP goes up. When your weapon does take damage from a hit, you don't get any maintenance XP. But when you level up the maintenance, it means that the weapon is less likely to break, basically. The condition stays up longer. can tear up clothes to try and get thread from them. Get strips of the fabric of whatever it's made of. You also get thread, which is hard to come by. You need a lot of thread to level up the tailoring skill. We've got a zombie snuck up on us as our weapon broke. Yeah, if it gets too much, just walk away. Much like when you accidentally set off an alarm. Try and get some distance away. And watch them all come in from every direction. That's our maintenance gone up. So our weapon is less likely to break on us. Yeah, we're leveling up nicely. Day one. Yeah, just as it breaks. Yeah, less likely to break, but not by much, you know. Still only on the first level. Yeah, there's a maintenance shed here. I've sort of walked all the way around all the houses to try and hide, get rid of some of them, confuse some of them, disperse. Looking for something else to use as a weapon. Yeah, fresh food is good. Want all the literature. This one definitely seen us. Try and sneak away, but he's at least if you get a good distance, when you stomp on them, the rest of them won't hear. If you can break up a group by leading them away one by one, back to the same sort of spot, it's a good tactic to methodically get rid of some of them. You can crouch and then get closer and closer until just one spots you. Break up a group. I tried to open the door, but it's locked. So I'm just gonna let the yeah, just gonna let that one pound away at the door. Glad to look round the corner. That would have been a surprise if I'd stayed right next to the door. Pushing two at a time is terrible, but if you can do it, if you can stand on top of them, they can't get back up. Not easy to manage two at a time when you're trying to just use fists. Thankfully this one has a hunting knife. That's going to help a lot. Yeah, much better when there's not fog everywhere. You can actually see what you're doing. Perfect condition boots. We're going to switch up since we've been doing some stomping. Always remove the broken glass on a damaged window before you go through, otherwise you cut your hands. Disassemble this radio rather than take it with us. Got a meat cleaver. Attach items to the belt so we can get to them quickly. Got a pistol. But firing a gun is a terrible idea. It's very loud. And a whole bunch of zombies come out of nowhere. Yeah, you're much better being stealthy and trying to take them out one at a time methodically. Don't go past a whole bunch of them, because then there's some behind you. Kind of be as linear as you can to work your way through things. Because we've got respawn off, we are just methodically working our way through things. They do migrate a little bit. If you clear out loads of zombies in one area, some from the neighbouring areas will come in to sort of balance it out. Smoke break in between all the slaughtering. Check what everyone has. Denim clothes or boots that are in perfect condition. Yeah, we'll take them. Another hunting knife. Yeah, we'll have that. Take a pen so we can draw on the map. That way we can cross out the places that we've been to. Used enough knives that our short blade level has gone up. Be a bit more effective. Stab, stab, stabbing. It takes a long time to level up electrical. That's why you really have to dismantle every electrical thing you see. We want to level up electrical so we can hotwire cars. We need to level up electrical and mechanics. So as well as this grind of all the electronic objects, we need to find mechanics level 1, the first book, and the mechanics VHS tape, which is called Car Zone. So if we read the book and then watch Car Zone, we can get access to hot wiring cars once our electronics level is sufficiently high. I think it's just electronics level 1 or 2 and mechanics level 1 or 2. But I usually get it done the same way, by dismantling everything I see electronics wise, and by reading the mechanics level 1 and then watching any of the Car Zone VHSs. A better gun we can pop into our holster. We switch things around. Again, I don't think we're ever going to want to fire it. It's just for the look more than anything. Dismantle as much as we can. Not this TV, we're going to watch it. So we can make ourselves lighter and fatter at the same time by offloading some food out of our inventory into our stomach. Nom nom nom. Yeah, you get cooking XP from heating up the food and mixing it in a bowl and stuff. That's why you're better to focus on that kind of food rather than all this sort of dried stuff. You can save that for the end of the apocalypse when there's nothing left and that's still edible. Yeah, whenever he's anxious, I'm gonna give him his cigarette. Keep him happy. Keep him reading his carpentry book. So at 6 in the evening, you get exposure survival, which gives you different skills. Fishing or trapping, that sort of thing. Yeah, first one's fishing. We'll get some fishing knowledge. It's a sort of late game thing as well. You can go fishing. Fish are quite fattening. But really, playing with the 6-hour days, you've got enough time to go around and raid pretty much all of the fridges and freezers in the whole of Riverside, if that's your sole purpose. Just need to find all the ice freezers and places to store it all. Yeah, the base we're going to has some fridges and freezers built in. it doesn't have, much like the trailer park, is curtains. Because it's a store. Yeah, we need to find as many sheets as we can in these cupboards. Take them with us. When we do get closer to civilization, bigger, better houses, then we can take down some curtains and steal them from other people's places. Yeah, we want to raid all the stuff from here that will go bad. Anything that's immediately useful. And all the sheets. As much as our white van can handle. Yeah, you can kill all the zombies around the trailer park and in the trailer park to try and make it safe, but yeah, staying there long term is difficult. It's hard to get the resources to feel safe when you've only got one exit. It's hard to climb through the windows. So we've siphoned the gas out of a car. It needs a bit of work. With our empty gas can, gonna fill up our white van. Prepare it for the journey. It's not that long a journey, really. Yeah, it's bad when we're leveling up, sneaking and light-footed when you can't see any zombies around. It means there are zombies around, you just don't see them. So we've got a safe-ish feeling place. You know, nowhere is really safe. But it's about how safe you feel, you know? So we've got all the sheets in one place. We're going to try and make this end of the trailer feel like, you know, feel fairly safe. Got lots of booze. That helps you fall asleep. Person who lived here loved electronics. Also a bit of booze. So yeah, I've got to think of the backstory for the character. Ramos Ravioli. He's unemployed. He got a dishonourable discharge from the military. He had a fight with his commanding officer who was making fun of his silly name, and he socked him, and he got a dishonourable discharge, and now he's sulking, living in the trailer park with no job, nothing to do. But he's not too surprised about the zombie apocalypse because he knew that the military were working on something and testing on people, so he knows that this is the result. For the first time ever, I've played this game a lot. Find Jason. Like, proper Jason with the machete on his back. I'm scared. Like, I see him turn a little bit. I'm like, oh my god, did he see me? Oh. You can tell he's dispatched quite a few people. Come round to peek, see if he'll come out the window. Like, no, he hasn't actually seen me. So yeah, I sneak in and off him. I best him. I'm like, yeah, now I'm gonna be Jason. Yeah, that's awesome. I've never seen that before. This is a blessed run. On day one, get a machete. It's in pretty good condition as well, you know. And that's it. I never need to worry about zombies ever again. Like, once you've got decent weapons, you've got a machete, got a cleaver, we've got a hunting knife, we've got a gun, which we're not going to use. That's it, you know, we're sorted. Just need to not get overconfident. fighting too many at the same time. Need to not get snuck up on. Need to not make any silly mistakes, and we're good. Got a hand axe, we can start chopping down trees. Need to saw things up into logs. Yeah, we need to complete the tool set. We haven't quite got all the tools. Yeah, pretty much everything we need. Yeah, unusual. I've never seen that before. Wouldn't think a trailer full of corpses and Jason would be a good sign, but no. Not when it's like, he's brought me a machete though. Yeah, I know there's plenty of things that you can stumble across. Sort of different scenes with different kinds of zombies. It's quite common to find a house where everyone was having a birthday party and they're all wearing little party hats and stuff. There are different things you stumble across from time to time. That's a new one on me. I've never seen that before. Definitely intimidating. Yeah, I was quite timid about going in there. Yeah, we're getting there. Just working our way through as many of these trailers as we can. Taking anything that's useful. Don't really want pants or jeans. Padded pants, yeah. It's like a level of armor to them. Again, they're hot. I'm sure it's like bubble wrap or something in the trousers. Not that much use. Again, we want to check for things. We've got Mechanics Volume 1. That is what we want for hot wiring. Got to read that and then find a Car Zone VHS. Where the zombies have broken down the doors, they're leaving behind hinges and door handles that we could take. Yeah, that's something we can come back for long term if we need them to build anything. Ooh. Yeah, the noise will jump scare you. It's better that you jump scared and you survive than you just panic or try and run in the wrong direction into a wall and fall over. There's lots of reactions you can have. Just got to try and keep it cool. Walk through doorways with your weapon raised. Aim, walk through doorways basically. Same when you're opening a door. Push on doors as well to sort of give them a rattle. See if you get a response from the other side. Once in a while, like very occasionally, you will find a room that has, a disproportionate amount of zombies in it, like 6 or 7 zombies, like in a small bathroom for no good reason. Some situations where you can't open the door and immediately swing on them, it's hard to tempt them out. Sometimes they really love a certain door or a certain window. You just can't get them away from it. You have to go all the way around the back and get them that way. Yeah, sometimes if it's just one and you think, I'll wait until they break the door down themselves. Nah, it takes ages. And if you go too far away, they'll stop. They have to be seeing you, more interested in breaking down the door. Like, tasty brains. Yeah, we'll dismantle these TVs, making sure to always leave one. So we don't miss any of our awesome TV shows. We've got a lot of meds out of the bathrooms, but not a lot of sheets, sadly. Decent amount of booze. Not that we need it to fall asleep. Already pretty drowsy. I like to go to bed at 10. Wake up just at 10 to 6. Right before the TV show. The cooking show at 6 AM. Yeah, we're tired and overloaded. Being overloaded will make you tired. Fighting zombies will make you tired. Being exhausted, not doing anything about it, makes you tired. You can't offset the tiredness with the vitamins, it's like the caffeine pills. You only want to really use them up if you're fighting. If you're kicking about and you're fairly safe, don't waste them. Save them for a time where you're going to need them. He's munching away. He's going to lose that underweight trait fairly soon. Got a fanny pack, which is extra storage. Weird on the front. Called them a bum bag here. Yeah, I get nostalgic for the 90s playing this game. One of the zombies had a friendship bracelet on it, and it just like unlocked this core memory of like, oh my god, I remember that summer where everyone had friendship bracelets. Oh my god. Like yeah, it took me right back to the summer of 93. Yeah, so the game's set in 1993. For the days of DVDs. These VHS tapes, and you had to rewind them back to the beginning, otherwise the next time you'd be annoyed with yourself for not rewinding it. You had to wait a couple of minutes for the tape to rewind back to watch it from the start. But then DVDs, much like CDs, they were sold as these fantastic things that would totally replace your rubbish old media. Look at this awesome new kind of media, and the adverts for it were like, you know, made it seem indestructible and like it was totally flawless. And as you know, any of these kind of discs, it's quite easy to scratch them. Yeah, back in the days it was tapes. This game's at that point where there was CDs. There's no sort of audio cassettes. But yeah, video cassettes. Video home system, VHS. So we've managed to get a sheet. That's going to help us. And right on 10 o'clock. So we need to find a good place to sleep. Nowhere is entirely safe. Nowhere really feels safe. Not in the trailer park, not really. But yeah, our one place where we've managed to get enough sheets to darken up the back end so the zombies can't see us. We can lock the door, we've got the key, fantastic. Look at us go. That's about as safe as it gets. We can put a sheet on the bedroom door. Can't flip it down by clicking on it. I really want to. There's a magic 1 pixel where you can click on it and it puts the sheet down, but never mind. Right, we're going to go to sleep. We're going to come back next time for day 2. And have this smoke before we go. Will we survive the night? I'll have to come back next time and find out. Till then, take it easy. See you in the next one.